Engine tear down for the IS. I'll show you guys the update. I haven't been filming, but I'll show you guys what I got going on. As you can tell, the engine's out, heads off, everything, but got my fuel rail, lower intake manifold cover, everything's off. Got the cams over here, stock cams over there with all the cam caps here. Here it is. One thing I did not think about, well, I knew about it, but I didn't really think much further than it, is the engine is seized up. I already knew that whenever I bought it. And I was gonna put it on the engine stand, but to my realization, I should have thought about this. It was kind of obvious. Can't take the torque converter off because can't get to the bolts on the back of them. So can't put it on the stand right now. So right now I'm letting the cylinders soak in WD-40. They're all pretty good except for this one right here. As you guys can tell, it has kind of a good amount of rust in it. But yeah, I'm letting that soak. Hopefully tomorrow I can maybe spin it. If not, somehow figure out how to turn it upside down, take the oil pan off, and disconnect all the rods and take out what I can and leave the seized ones in there and then bang them out later. Heads over here, gasket, all that stuff. What I'm thinking happened in this motor is it probably blew a head gasket or something like that, or bent the rod maybe. I don't know. I haven't checked out the rods, but I'm guessing water came into these two piston or these two cylinder holes because these are rusted, and then after that they just let it set, and then the whatever water coolant fell in there rusted that out. That's my guess. Obviously I'm no expert, but and then here's the engine bay. Still need to clean that up, maybe spray paint the engine bay, paint it, I don't know, one of the two, make it look nice and pretty. I thought about doing the ABS relocation right there and then relocating the whole battery in the back. I might do that, just clean up a little bit. That stock headers, I might sell those and buy eBay long tubes. Oh, what else we got? Engine harness. I'm gonna take off all the wire loom. It's all old and brittle and stuff, and put some new mesh wire loom on it so it looks nice, kind of professional. Condenser. Here's the transmission. This is probably dirtier than the engine itself, but supposedly it's supposed to work, so I'm gonna take your word for it. And once I figure out what's going on with this tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I'm gonna decide whether if I'm just gonna hone it and clean it up and send it, or buy another short block for it and assemble it on. So just yesterday, made up my mind, not gonna mess with that block until later on. I'm gonna have picked up a IS300. You can see it runs and drives, drove it home. It's a little beat up. It's got drilled and slotted rotors, lowered. I don't know what it's all been done to it. I know history on it, but runs and drives. Bought it for 600 bucks. Pull the engine transmission out, slap it in that car. Got the extra transmission. This transmission does shift a little weird, and when you put it in reverse or drive, it has a clunk to it. But when I pulled the codes, it also has a vehicle speed sensor code, and all the track lights and ABS lights are on. So I'm guessing ABS sensor might be causing all that, but probably flip a coin and see what transmission I run that one from the old IS, which has been sitting for at least 3 years or 2, or run with this one, which I know works but has that clunk to it. We'll see. This thing I couldn't even loosen it. I let it soak with WD-40 for a few days, but then those are rusted. Ain't nothing. I want to take it apart, see what damage it has, but it's too much work for me right now. So I'm gonna load these up in the truck and start tearing this car apart. Quick update. Here we got all the pieces off: intake box, fan, radiator, front cross member, core support thing, old engine. You guys can see. All I have in there is the condenser. I might take that out. I mean, I had to take the bumper off to get to the bolts or reach a 10mm wrench in there, but see that. But leave the exhaust manifolds in and pull the engine out. All I gotta do right now is disconnect the fuel line, transmission mount, and that should be it. Maybe a ground or two, and then any loose vacuum or evap lines are maybe hooked up. Other than that, motor mount bolts are undone from the bottom. 2 17mm bolts. Engine harness, which unplugged it from the ECM, threw it over onto the engine, so that all come out of this one. That's very nice. I like how you can do that with these. Yeah, power steering was empty already because of the car didn't work. The power steering didn't work on the car previously, so all that fluid leaked out. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Could have this pulled tonight, but I don't have anybody else helping me here, and I could pull it myself, but that's just going to cause me more aches in the long run, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'll probably make a little bit more progress, see if anybody shows up later, help me out, or we're just going to stop and continue tomorrow. We got going on, here's this, our engine that's going in. Took it all apart, cleaning it a little bit more, getting the valve covers painted. I think a pretty cool color. I'll show you guys once this get done. Wrinkle black intake manifold, kind of let it get a run right there, so that's why it looks ugly. I mean, it is what it is. I have another one in case I want to redo it, but we're gonna be using that one for now. Picked up the IS300 brakes like I told you guys before. Oh, and here's this thing. Was this a pain in the ass? The pistons were definitely seized in there because I loosened the main caps, and those came right off, and still the crankshaft wouldn't spin. Then I loosened each rod from the crank and kind of banged them in with the mallet a little bit just to clear the journals, and it gave me enough room to spin it to take off the torque converter. And that was the only reason I was trying to loosen this engine up, was so I can take that torque converter off and use it on the new one, on the new engine and old transmission. But those were a pain. As you can tell, there's some rust right there on those journals. That's just debris, probably come off with the polish or something. So that would be going for sale, or might be keeping that, throw some GTE rods in it, do like a single turbo build on it, and then swap it out with that one. I'm just documenting the whole build, so to say. Yeah, here's this. Painted it, everything. But I was using the vacuum cleaner and it threw dust everywhere. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to go back over it again and wipe that all down. This IS300, I think someone might be picking it up tomorrow as a roller. I was gonna make this video into sections, like different stuff I did on the car, but I guess I'm just gonna make one whole video, edit it, cut it short, because there's been a lot of kind of done. I haven't really filmed much, so let's see what we got. IS300 brakes, got them painted MW color Toronto red metallic, I think that's what it is. It's kind of like a red with the orangey look to it. Got the rebuild kit for you. I'm putting those together. Car's up. I'm not sure what the other videos are left off of, but I have some airbox cleaners that I went and picked up in Tulsa. Locked up engine, no good, all rusted out. Let me get the broom out the way. And here we have the engine, same color, or painted the valve cover the same color. You guys can see how it looks. Black exhaust manifold gaskets, put all that back together. I do need to get some electric fans for it. This car didn't have them on there. I have the GS300 ones, but the radiator and the fans are too wide, so I might cut the shrouds out at the end and see if I can squeeze it in there just so I can use them, and so I can find some OEM ones. What else have I bought? Shoot, not much. Picked up some, what did I pick up? Black seat belts for it. Got the seats, black carpet. There's the interior. Calipers or the rotors, I got a drilled and slotted for the front. Replace those once the car's running. Hopefully get that running here soon, but probably next video I'll show you guys will be of the car running. And so guys, alright, kind of washed it too while I was at it, but the problem I'm having right now is the sunroof leaks. I mean, water gets in it and I don't think it's draining through the drain plugs, so it'll leak and get wet right up in that corner. So I'm gonna try to see if the tubes, I think there's drain tubes that go up in here that go down the pillars down out, and then another two in the back. Try to see if those are disconnected and plug them back in. Charge the AC, blows cold now. Let's see, I scanned it when I was at work and I have codes, check engine light codes for the Bang 2 sensor 202, which is expected from the headers and the Y pipe. And then I have let's see if we can see it here, P1121 accelerated pedal position. It kind of was doing a weird thing when I was driving it. Once after a while, like I'd give it some gas and it wouldn't go, then it would catch. But try to see what that's about. Right now, work on the sunroof, try to get that fixed, and then maybe put some more of the interior together so I can clean it. But so far so good. Here's the final video on the IS. As you guys can see, the wheels are painted. I did that some time ago. They were black, sand them down, paint them. But I'll go over some quick stuff that maybe I didn't cover throughout these other videos. I did do the IS300 brake upgrade. Powder coat, or got those painted, BMW color. Valve covers got painted. Swapped out all that. One issue I was having with the old throttle body, it was throwing some code, so I tried replacing sensors, didn't really work, so I just replaced the whole throttle body. Came out working. Using the IS300 fans, had to cut them on the side so they would fit. Stock IS300 radiator. Did the black interior swap, and then did on the back, but the only piece I'm missing is this bottom seat, which I'm still looking for. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on what I did exactly. Next plan on this is maybe sand it down, get it in primer, get it ready for paint. That might be the most logical thing. But so far the car's been great. Can't complain. Got it cheap. Fixed it cheap. It looks good.